Coalossal is here, and today we're gonna take a look at how strong this new Pokemon is going to be. But sadly, this Pokemon got nerfed before the release, and we're gonna talk about it here today as well. But this doesn't mean that this Pokemon is bad per se, because honestly, I went way positive with this team. I had a ton of fun with this team. I had a ton of fun with Coalossal, because Coalossal, while being nerfed, it still has amazing bulk, which you will see here as well. So, what happened to this Pokemon? Basically, this Pokemon was the entire time in the code with having the Incinerate of, the fast move of Incinerate. Great, the Incinerate of fast move, that makes a lot of sense. The fast move of Incinerate, but they decided to get rid of Incinerate just before the release of this Pokemon, and so, yeah, this is going to make this thing quite a bit worse. We have here still, of course, Fire Spin, which is a very solid fast move to have, and has a lot of play as well, but it is not comparable to what the Incinerate would have done for this Pokemon, and so, this Pokemon got quite significantly nerfed. The pre-evolution got the same nerf as well, so none of the line has now Incinerate, which is kind of unfortunate because Incinerate would have made this Pokemon 20 times better. But yeah, so it's a very good Pokemon. I went way positive with this team, and you're gonna see here today as well and how this all happened. As you're going to have here Dance Boss, I could just let the move go against the opponent, and I just can rely on my Golespot, which has needed 2 moves towards Spot. I can just go for the full farm down, and I will be able to win this battle. So we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face here off against the Stunfisk. By the way, if you're wondering, how did I get those IVs on the right side? Are you gonna get it from a wild spawn? No. I did a raid, a remote raid, like most people who want to have this Pokemon yet, because at the end of the day, it's only currently released in raids for the players from New Zealand and whatever. But I just did through a remote raid, and then I had to trade with my girlfriend because mine just didn't have the right stats. I just needed to have a little bit of a cheaper one. She did have from also a remote raid, a non-weather boost one. I got only one with a weather boost. And this showcase as well, you don't actually need a lot of candies to build this Pokemon. You just need to basically get one that was from the raid, or now soon as well in the wild when the event starts everywhere. For me right now, of course, I just kind of want to showcase it for YouTube. And of course, if you enjoy this type of videos, if you enjoy me spending all my rare candies on an interesting Pokemon that I wouldn't be able to get the normal candies within a few hours well afterwards, then feel free to leave a like. Literally, this is this thing as well. A lot of the Pokemon that are new and getting released, I would be just fine getting the video done after a while, just trying to get the candies from just catching them. But right now, I just decided I kind of just want to use my normal rare candies in order to showcase this Pokemon earlier. But yeah, otherwise, let's talk a little bit more about the team and why this team works out so well. We're going to have in the lead here our Golespot. Golespot is a bug and water type Pokemon. With this, you're going to actually have one of the best typing defensively against other ground type Pokemon, which of course you're going to struggle with the Pokemon that we have here, Coalossal, being double weak to the water typing, but a lot of water types are also part ground, which also Coalossal has a double weakness. So yeah, that is not really ideal, but the way this team functions, honestly, it worked out all really well. So, Golespot here is going to be able to do a lot against Pokemon that you really can't deal with our final Pokemon, and here we just kind of have the Dance Boss as a glue. And honestly, this worked out really well, because at this point here, this is going to be a very favorable matchup for us. We are going to have the Frostmost against us here as well, and we're going to be able to go for yet another charge move here. This is going to be very likely the KO against the opponent, as the Frostmost is not really the Pokemon that you want to run in the current Go Battle League meta. They have another Charm on the back, but we're actually kind of quite solidly prepared here, as we are still going to have in the back here first the Golespot, but also then again the final Pokemon. As you see here though, the Golespot is going to be able to take the Swift, which is absolutely fine, and I am now going to swap out into my Coalossal here to take the hits. Coalossal is going to be even better off taking the hits, but generally speaking, we now have some energy still for the late game, and here against the opponent's Drifloon, we have yet another Pokemon that is going to be against the rock typing here as well that we're going to have, as Rock Set is going to be enough to knock them out here. But they decided to use a shield. They kind of want to still keep going. We're going to have another charge coming through. We're going to be able to use a shield here against the opponent. And as we will see, we have a charge coming in. This is going to be able to knock out the opponent's Drifloon. And in the back, there's only going to be the Wigglytuff, which we're easily going to be able to knock out here as well, with just one more charge move, which we're actually going to be able to catch the move from the opponent, which is funny. But generally speaking, we're in a very good position to be winning this battle here. As we'll see, this is going to be enough to knock them out. We can move on to the next opponent. Yeah, the Wicked Tuff goes down. Well, let's see what the next opponent has in store for us. So we're going to have the Scizor against us. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. You might think this is going to be a very positive matchup for us, but it's actually quite more neutral. The reason is you're going to have the same kind of speed than the opponent has here as well. Like, they're going to be able to get to their moves after 10 turns. Same goes for the Coalossal. And this is going to be quite a bit annoying because what we have here now is we have to kind of stop out of there. Like, if we don't stop out, we have no chance. And so we're forced to use a shield here again. It's going to be the Night Slash. I know that I outspeed the opponent, but they sub onto the Credilli, which is actually a little bit more awkward for us because we don't have anything to hit them for super effective damage here. The Dry Run is going to do some nice neutral damage still, but at the end of the day, I guess it's not really looking that great. As we see here, there's going to be the charge coming up against the opponent's Credilli. They go for their own one here. It's going to be the Rock Tomb. Dropping our attack, we can sub onto the Coalossal and we can go for the extra in order to get the KO here against the opponent's Credilli, which is going to be fine. And we will see what they have in the back. It's going to be the Jellicent. Jellicent is a hardest issue here basically for this team. It's going to be very good against our lead as well as our closer, but I feel like there was nothing really else that I could have run that would have really helped here. You could go for Shadow Claw on your lead as well. This would work out quite as well, and then you're going to be able to hit the Jellicent for a little bit more damage here as well, which would have been kind of cool most likely. But at the end of the day, here we're just going to be able to go for the drill run, going to be able to do some solid damage against them, and we are not going to be able to, knock them out here as they're going to knock us out first with a Surf, and we are going to have not only a Carkol, or like a Coalossal here, there is going to be double weak to the opponent's move here, and it's just going to be a bit more tricky. Full farm against Scizor is actually kind of cool because it's going to be making it a little bit more closer than actually ever needed to be. As we see here, we're going to have the shield coming up, and we have just, basically sadly a loss here, but it is what it is. So next up, we're going to have Forretress against us. This is going to be alright. They're going to run the fast move of Wall Switch though, which is generally speaking, I think ideal in the Ultra League, but it's a bit more annoying for me to deal with. But it's actually kind of cool in terms of the pacing itself, because now it's kind of a bit easier to go for the 3-turn fast moves, because you're just going to go for one while the opponent goes for one, and then you're going to be able to get your move of one fast move before they get to another fast move themselves, or their charge move. So this is kind of ideal. As you will see here, we're going to have another drill run coming through. This is going to be allowing us to get some more damage. And we try to align ourselves, which would be really nice here. So we're going to go for another charge move there. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. And now it's Coalossal time, trying its best. We're going to use a shield here against a potential Rock Tomb, which is going to be, and we have the full Founder done here as well. Let's see what's coming in next. It's going to be the Ludicolo, a Pokemon that's actually not too bad, but again, it's kind of... it's not the nicest environment here. So let's take a look here at the Aquajet coming through against the opponent's Coalossal. We're going to have another charge coming through. This is going to be interesting as now. This is going to be just a back and forth here. Like honestly, just going to be back and forth. The opponent has their charge moves and we have our charge moves. It's going to be just honestly interesting here at least. We're going to have another charge going through again. We're going to have the Aquajet coming in. We're going to try our best to go for the full farm down with our Rock and Fire type. But luckily, we're actually able to catch the Ice, not the Ice Beam. We were able to catch the Flamethrower. They didn't go for the Ice Beam. And so that was kind of lucky for us. But let's take a look here now at what's going to happen next. We're going to have the Ludicolo against us. They're going to be able to go for the Weather Ball. They're going to knock us out. And in comes again the Coalossal here to try to win this battle. Let's see if this Coalossal is going to be able to do it. The Weather Ball is not going to be enough to knock us out, but sadly we're going to go down at the same kind of time as the opponent goes down as well. They have like 1 HP left, and we can move on to the next opponent where we will face off against a Jumpluff in the league. We're going to have here at least 2 good answers against this Pokemon in the back, and so we're going to swap out into our Dunsparce, taking the hit here. The Energy Ball is coming through. This is going to be fine. And we're going to have now the Azura coming in, which is generally speaking considered to be one of the safest Pokemon for the Go Battle League. And in this case, again, it kind of showcases why we don't have the hardest answers to this Pokemon. Absolutely not. Even though everyone could really hit this here from our team. Like everything can kind of hit this for at least some nice neutral damage. Like we don't have a real answer directly to the Azumarill, which is kind of annoying. But as you will see, there's going to be now the drill run coming through against the opponent. They decide to just let the move go, and we can go for another charge move, which is going to be quite interesting because now we're going to be able to knock out the Azumarill, and we're going to have now the Jumpluff against the Coalossal. Let's take a look at what Coalossal can do here in this matchup. By being able to resist the flying type damage, kind of forces the opponent to go for the grass type damage. And comes now the Ferret. The Ferret is going to be not the Pokemon that is going to be too scary for us, so yeah, it's going to be quite happy. Like, Ferret is going to be a Pokemon that's quite spammy, but Boyasam is going to be resisted, so they're very likely going to try to go for the Trailblaze, which also boosts the attack up. But like this, we are going to be in a very solid position, as we're going to see here as well. There is going to be the Swift coming through, and we can go ahead and go for another charge move here, which is absolutely fine. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. They sub onto the Jumpluff. We are going to be able to just take them down here as well with another Rock Slide, knocking them out, and we can kind of move on afterwards, at least again, into the final battle. As you're going to see here as well, the Swift is not going to be really cutting it. We're going to have another charge move coming through. It is going to be enough to knock them out, and we can move on to the next opponent. Okay, we're going to see Scizor in the lead here again. We had already this matchup multiple times prior. This is going to be a matchup where, yeah, things are just going to be a bit more messy. We're going to be able to get the Aquajet off now against the opponent's Lickitung, which is fine. In comes now our Dunsparce against the opponent's Lickitung, trying to knock them out here is our goal. We try to get rid of this Pokemon because it can be actually quite problematic, especially they're running Earthquake here. They might be running Earthquake Shadow Ball, which would be kind of funny. But yeah, we're going to be able to go for the drill run, get them very low, and now farm them kind of down here, which is the ideal play. So let's see here, the Earthquake is coming through, is going to not knock us out, and we're going to have another charge move coming in, which is going to be another drill run, which is going to allow us to get some damage in against the Blasters, making it just a bit easier for the rest of the team to carry. As you see here, there's going to be still the Goliath support going for the Scizor. And here we're going to see the sub out into the Scizor again. This is going to be quite interesting, as we'll see here the shield coming up from ourselves. We're going to try to sub out into our Coalossal to showcase on what this Pokemon can do. Honestly, Coalossal was quite interesting though for me. Like, of course, this Pokemon got nerfed quite significantly. If Incinerate was still on this Pokemon, it would have been 20 times better. But it doesn't have it. But still, with that, I still went quite positive. I do think that there are better alternatives. I do think that my Cargo at the current time is just 20 times better, because it has kind of the same... well, it can do, but it just does better there. So that's the main reason why I don't really like Coalossal directly that much, but I do think it's actually a very solid Pokemon. I love the design, and I think it's a Pokemon that's worth picking up whenever it's going to be better in the future, because currently it's just not really that great. But yeah, we're going to be able to win this battle, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face yet another Stunfisk in the lead. This is going to be an interesting lead here. We will have to kind of go for the Aquajet the entire time. But basically, they win this guaranteed on a 2-shield scenario, because they're just going to be able to outspeed us the entire time. So like, they have to kind of think of a little bit something different, as you will have the charge move coming through. This is going to do some solid damage against us, as we will have, you know, the Corviknight coming in. We kept our composure, we didn't go straight for... But yeah, no, just generally, the Corviknight is going to be quite a bit tricky to deal with. The Corviknight itself is so bulky that it can take so many hits, and I don't have anything super effective currently, at least on the field. But this can change with Coalossal. Coalossal is going to take terrible super effective damage from the opponent as well. But for us, we're going to be able to do some super effective damage against them, which can help just out a lot. We're going to have another charge move coming through here. This is going to be a very interesting matchup here generally, because as you can see here, the Flame Shock's coming through. We got the opponent's Stunfisk quite low, and we can shield this move up. We're going to try to align ourselves. We're going to try to kind of roll with this Pokemon here. Now, as you see, we're going to even invest another shield against the Mudbound, because I think we can just farm down, knock out a lot of other things here still as well, and I think this Pokemon is going to be just a very interesting. And as we're going to be able to go for another Rock Slide here against the opponent's Moltres, we're going to try to reach out for another one. Can we get there in time? Yes, we can get there in time. This kind of here's the deal. Like, this should kind of win us the battle here. This should kind of be absolutely fine. As you can see here, we're going to be able to knock them out even with the Goliath support, and we can move on to the next, second to last opponent here for the day. Sorry, by the way, if commentary is a bit all over the place. It's super late. I'm insanely tired. But I still kind of want to make the video here, because it is going to be currently Christmas Eve for me when I'm currently recording this as well. I'm not too sure on how it is for you. Like, for me, like, Christmas Eve is actually the main Christmas day. This is kind of for like the German countries the case. I think for 99% of you, it's like the day afterwards, like the day tomorrow, like the 25th is going to be the main Christmas day. But yeah, just generally speaking, I try to kind of pre-produce for that a little bit as well, because I kind of want to spend my time with family. And so, pre-produce attraction stress. If you have been following the channel, if you've been a member, you had a lot of content basically that you can watch already. But yeah, I'm trying my best to prepare for Christmas, and hopefully you do as well. Let me know down below as well on generally speaking, what Pokemon you're currently running for the Open Great League, which Pokemon you want me to make a video towards as well. Let me know down below. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, we're going to have the Dunsparce here going for the charge move. It's going to be the drill run against the opponent's Diggersby, a Pokemon. Honestly, Diggersby is a Pokemon that you haven't really seen in ages. And honestly, against this Nidoqueen, I was like, there's no way. Nidoqueen is not going to be able to sweep through me, but actually Nidoqueen has been quite able to sweep through the opponent's team entirely, as we can go ahead and go into our Coalossal. And this is a bit awkward because, as you're going to see here, they're going to not hold back at all. They're going to be able to go for the Forretress, doing so much damage. We can go for the Flame Charge, which is generally speaking ideal. It's going to allow us to boost our own attack up a little bit as well. But in this case, I don't know if it really helped because, yeah, as you're going to see, the opponent's going to be able to win this, actually, which is kind of mad, and we can move on to the final battle for today. We face off against the Forretress. Forretress is honestly a Pokemon that is so broken. Like, it's honestly such a Pokemon that I would love to just change the moveset just generally. But yeah, as you can see here, we're going to have the Jumpluff coming through from the opponent. It's going to be the Trailblaze, boosting its own attack up there, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to be able to outspeed them to the parking anyway. We're going to be able to go for another Jumpluff here against the opponent, which is going to be, fine by me. This is going to be totally okay. As you will see here, there is going to be the Coalossal coming back in. They sub out into the Bastion, and I wish I just would have went into my other Pokemon. Into that Dunsparce would have been absolutely fantastic, but it's okay. We're going to be able to go for the Flame Charge here. We might be even able to keep our Coalossal alive, but also actually honestly a little bit surprised as well on how little damage we actually do against the opponent's Bastion then. This is again here where I just like the Shadow bonus on top of Pokemon with, like, especially Incinerate a little bit more. I think it makes it quite a bit more helpful, but anyway, we're boosting ourselves up by just then kind of dropping the boost immediately. Let's see. We're going to have here a Jumpluff coming through. This is going to be another Drill Run against the opponent's floor, just knocking them out. And we have now the Ferret coming in, which is going to be a very interesting choice. As we have, the Jumpluff going through, it's going to be the Drill Run against the opponent. And we're going to try our best to win this battle. Let's see. We're going to be able to just let the move go. It's going to be absolutely fine. And we're going to have, the Coalossal coming in, which is perfect for us because, as we will see, this is going to be the Trailblaze. We can still kind of try to send some help there. But as you can see as well, we're going to have now to survive with this, here, basically. And as you're going to have here, the Drill Run coming through against the Bastion, we know already we're going to be able to knock them out there with that. So that's going to be fine. But as you can see, we're going to only have one Pokemon left, which is going to be the Ferret, but it's going to be quite a bit of a tough one to take down at this point. The Drill Run is going to get the shield, but we're not going to be near any kind of moves, and so we're going to sadly use this final one here. Hopefully you still enjoyed it. Again, sorry for maybe if the commentary was a bit weird. I'm just tired. I'm just very tired. I'm just going to go to bed now. Hopefully you enjoyed it still, and hopefully you have a great Christmas, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.